I'm currently in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and I'm going to be spending around 8 to 9 hours getting my hair done. Pretty much the entire full day. I start off in a really nice hair salon, and then we get to a point where you see the amount of people behind me. They're braiding my hair, and it was a little bit sticky, a little bit chaotic, a little bit painful. Have lots of different people dragging my hair from different angles, different sides. But like they always say in my culture, beauty is pain. So if you want to see what happens when you go from where I started to ending up here looking like this, you should definitely keep watching. I'm going to miss my hair. So I'm going to really miss this hair because I spent about 70 to 80 pounds getting this hair done literally 2 weeks before I hopped on a flight to come to Nigeria. And usually I like to come to Nigeria with my hair not done. So when I come into the country, then I get my hair done. I think I speak for African diasporan women when I say when we travel to Africa, we literally save our coins. We literally include, I include the cost of my hair into my flight ticket. So if it's going to cost me like 500 pounds to travel to Nigeria, I subtract like 100 pounds from there as an example. So I'm a little bit sad that I got my hair done because I traveled last minute, but I'm having to take it out now. So this is where we start off, taking off my hair and introducing myself to my braider, or well, the person, my hairstylist essentially, who honestly was really, really lovely. Yes, some people call me Cassie for short.
Oh, you're tall. Why are you short?
Oh, very funny.
Why is it Cassie for short?
Very funny. What made you decide to start a natural hair salon?
Oh, it's not my story to tell, but I can tell you the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not the owner of the salon?
I'm not.
Okay. You're giving owner vibes.
Am I?
Yes, you are. What made the owner decide to start? Oh, it's your sister.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Is she a natural too?
Natural. You can follow us on Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
Jeggies.
Jeggies Bella Fro. Okay. So this is a really cool place in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. It's a natural hair salon. I'm incredibly proud of the natural hair movement and what we've been able to accomplish actually as a community over the last 10 years, to be honest, because when I first left Nigeria over 10 years ago, literally natural hair as a concept was a bit of a myth, and it was usually something that would be done by like the Deeper Life Church, for example, which is a specific church in Nigeria, who believe more in sort of like the simple lifestyle, no perms on your hair, no chemical treatments, no earring, no jewelry. And to come to a point now where I'm sitting in a hair salon in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and just like having a conversation with someone, and she was sort of explaining how her sister was, obviously is the owner of this hair salon, and how she started off just looking for natural hair care treatments for her child, who she had a baby and the baby was bald, and just from the process of trying to find her own solution, she realized that there wasn't enough natural hair salons and natural hair care around the town or the city in general. And I just thought it was quite an interesting story, but I'm incredibly proud of the natural hair community because to be able to come into somewhere as a Black woman, as a Nigerian woman, I think I don't take that for granted because I live in the UK and I know how almost inaccessible sometimes these sort of hairstylists can be. So to be able to walk into a hair salon where, I have 4C natural hair, it is very blonde, but it's very 4C, going into the hair salon, getting treatments, getting my hair, taken out, right? In the UK, I am such a DIY girl and I literally would do everything myself. So getting to the point where I have somebody taking out my braids for me and then about to literally just start doing all the different treatments on my hair was honestly so lovely. Basically, I felt like it was my own version of a spa day and I had such a fantastic time. much. We're going to our next destination. I finished with the natural hair part, and now we're going to get into extensions. It's 4 p.m. right now, so yeah. So I'm now going to another hair salon in Port Harcourt from the current one. They've taken out my hair, they've got it prepped, blow dried, ready for me to basically start my next appointment. I'm in the hair salon called Supreme Hair Salon in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. If you're based in Port Harcourt, this is a very familiar salon. The one thing that I want to say about this is that, oh my goodness, literally as you walk into the salon, you have like so many different like seats or like areas with different people in there. And I'm not gonna lie, if you're not really familiar with this setup, like it's a little bit overwhelming because literally each person has like minimum of two braiders on their hair. And for me, I was lucky enough, or should I say unlucky enough, to have five. Can you see them? One, two, three, four, five behind me. It was all fun and games, and I think it was generally just mostly banter to start off, and just seeing them sort of like argue about, okay, who's gonna do what part of the hair. This one's, you're going to be at the back. Okay, you need to bring this color. Why are you not stretching the hair like this? As an introduction, I'm getting French curls. So it's a specific style of hair. And throughout this video, you see them adding the braiding hair to my hair, which we call attachments. But obviously, some people call them extensions. But in Nigeria, we generally tend to call it attachments, where you're essentially adding the hair pieces to your hair. And this hairstyle tends to be quite long because the hair texture is really fine, and smooth. Is very much Caucasian, or like not Afro textured. So yeah, it's quite tangly, but it's really long, and it's quite interesting just seeing them like basically go through this. And this is the reason why I had so many people on my hair, because it was so long, as you see as I go through the course of this video. I saw it's more past your own. I feel like, is it the same? No, I mean the cutting, the number of cutting.
Okay, the cut.
Something quite funny and strange happened at this point of this video, and I thought I'll add that audio in because I wasn't aware, or I guess I'll say aware of the fact that when lots of people are doing your hair, sometimes the teamwork don't really be teamworking. And essentially what I was telling them earlier was just that one person was doing a different cutting pattern on one angle of my head, and the other person was doing a different cutting pattern on the other side of my hair. And I'm sure the people at the back were all doing whatever, right? But I don't really care about the back because I'm looking at the front and I'm walking to people, I'm looking in the mirror with the front. So the front of my hair was like very different when you look at it. And I told them basically to have a look, and you could see one of them look at it, and then the other person, that they kind of counted it and sort of agreed that, oh yeah, shit, actually we have different definitions of what we agreed we'll do in on this girl's hair. So I didn't show that part of the video, but honestly there was a bit of an argument, and I had to beg literally one of the ladies to finish the other person's bit. So my hair obviously was split into two. One person was doing the first half in the front, and the other person was doing the second half in the front. And when we got to round about this part of this video, or towards the end actually, where you actually have maybe like a smaller line in the front, I was just like, right, both of you have done very different things on both ends, but I need basically one of you to finish this hair so that it looks at least consistent when you're looking at it from the top. Which is a little bit of a struggle, because they started like having a little bit of an argument, like a polite argument, to say the least. It wasn't like a serious argument, but it was quite funny. And that's something that I now know for next time. If I'm going to have lots of different people on my hair, if you're going to have lots of different people on your hair, you should definitely let them know that, okay, are we in agreement about what is happening in the front? Or maybe just to avoid the conversation in general, just pick one person to do the front of the hair, so you don't have to get into the whole debacle like I had to. But it was quite interesting though, regardless. I find that getting my hair done is literally one of my favorite things to do when we get back home. And as we get to the end, like I said here, the lady with blonde ends, she was actually really sweet. Finally then agreed to finish the entire bit of the hair. All the hard work has paid off, man, and my hair is coming out nicely. I'm liking what I'm looking. I'm looking like a blonde Barbie. I love this look on me. I've been really rocking blonde hair over the last 2 years now. So yeah, last 2 years actually, and I really love how it looks on me. They're doing the finishing touches, just adding this type of hair. Some type of braids, you add them in hot water, but because this hair is already a certain type of, texture, like I mentioned earlier, they don't need to do any of that. I did a little style in the front, just to give me a little bit of a coverage on my face. And this is the final and finished look. I absolutely love how it looks. It's really, really long, as I said. That's why I needed to have that amount of people. They did my hair, the total thing, in about, I'll say about 3 hours, barring all the debacle in the beginning, and then at the end. But I absolutely love this hairstyle, and shout out to the women who were, getting my hair done. They entertained me. They're quite funny. It was really interesting to listen to them, and I had such a great time overall. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I shall see you somewhere in this space sometime soon. Bye bye.